close this door, open this one, close this one a little bit. No. Close this one right here. This is what's called the research stone. You'll have 4 pillars. One's going to be construction research, adventure research, mystic research, invention research, and then these are sparks of genius, and you'll have different colors, and each color represents the type they are. This is an adventure one. There's going to be one for every color. Now, when you hit interact with these, you don't, my first mistake that I made when I entered into the game is I hit like one, like if I wanted to put sparks into construction, I hit this one, and then if I wanted to do adventuring, I went over this one. But you can avoid that just by clicking these up top. And these are really important. You don't need to know what to put your points on right from the get-go, but I suggest that as a new player, you go from your inventory, mouse over everything, click every single button that you can, open all of these up, and then click all of these if you can. Just look into everything, absorb all the information that you can for the game. It's super helpful, and it will get you a long way. So we're talking about the research stone, which can be located here. If you're out in the field, you can access it through your logs, and then you can just say, oh hey, you know, we're really close on this. This is probably what I should spend my points on. If you go to let's see. If you go to crafting and then you go to not consumables, miscellaneous, you'll see research conversion, and if you click on this little icon, it's going to give a little chart here, and this basically lets me convert sparks of genius. So these are pretty much the wild cards. It will let me create whichever one of these that I want, a total of 218 of them. So if I wanted to put all of them into red, I could do that. All of them into construction, I could do that. All of them into invention or mysticism, I can do that as well. And then this is creates 25 of them, creates 5 of them, and then this creates 1 of them. I'm actually just gonna make just 1 of each just to show you what it kind of looks like. And these are you get these from the outpost that I was near in, but I left because my character was freezing. Another thing that I want to talk about is archetypes. When you first get into the game, I might do a little bit more information on this in a different video. When you first get into the game, you're going to have different archetypes. I want to mention this really quick. You can go to archetypes and you could click these and nothing happens, but did you guys notice how you also had this option? So this, I don't think all the information has currently been put into the game for these, but this is basically what that archetype, class, role, character specialization is able to do. As a Pathfinder, you'll eventually unlock the ability to create a bonfire. Now, where you actually invest points in those talents is through here. And then one thing I will mention is be careful what you spend your points on. They are non-refundable, and there is currently nothing in place to let you reset your skills or your talents. So please choose very carefully on what you want to put your points into. My suggestion is for anyone that's new, Pathfinder, Assassin are just a terrific way to go. I might make a more in-depth video later on about this, and I'm actually going to hop on to a different server really quick. I'm going to hit apply and accept. Sometimes that gets a little buggy. When you first come into the game, it's going to ask you to find a server, and it gets a little bit confusing. I'm playing on a conquest type server, but you can use filters to basically switch to different servers, and you can search the name that you wanted to. So we're gonna look at official ones, and this right here will demonstrate like, oh hey, this is the server you're currently playing on, and this is the character that you have on, and this is the information about the server. So I'm going to go to let's start just a server that I've never been on. As you can see, I don't have a character creation. We're just gonna basically, this is the starting screen. You can choose your faction that you want here. You can also choose the skin colors that you want, and then male or female here, and then you can choose different cosmetic effects from there. And I mean, I guess I can go over all of them just for you guys to see a little bit more. I'm trying to keep this video to 10 minutes. So I might split it up, or I might keep it at its current length. I mean, this is my first video, and there is a lot of information, that this game has to offer when you first hop into the game. And some of these are locked, and it says you have to unlock with Ascension, and I'll go over that really shortly. Different hair colors here, but we don't have that. You could randomize your character, and then skin color, hair color, and then faction. We're just gonna click a random one. Type in your character. We'll just call you YouTube, and we're gonna enter into the server. Let's talk about archetypes. And so this is just going to demonstrate what it looks like to get into the game. And as soon as this loads up, I will show you what it kind of looks like. So this is kind of like, this is what it will look like when you first start into the game. And okay, let's go quickly back to talents. Alright, if you notice that these are blank, and you might say to yourself, wow, why are these blank? I might have, like, you might see like you have 1 point or 2 points to spend, but there's nothing to spend it on. You have to just put your mouse over this and left click it, and then you can choose from 4 different types of these, and if you click them, you can read through all of these, which I suggest. Just read every single one of them. It might not make sense to you, but everything starts making sense after you play it. You can go up here and you can click this sort of recycle icon, and then you can choose a different layout as well. Now I'm going to quickly go over ascension points. You have combat points, you have non-combat, cosmetic, and this is where you unlock those different hairstyles and different facial hairstyles as well. Not quite sure, I don't think this stuff has been quite introduced quite yet, and other hasn't been quite introduced yet. So I'm going to quickly go over this stuff right here. So this is your crafting. This is your skills. You can actually double click your skills to be able to go further in depth with it, and it will sort of bring up a skill tree path for you to go on. Research, talents, spells, pets, social information. Like, I can click this and see who's been on the server and how long ago were they on their server, see their rank, see their rank and their ladder rank, and then this is the information that the elders put in. Elders are the people that are the highest ranked in the server, which is usually the first people that get to get into the server. Ascension, and then options. I'm gonna exit this, and then we're gonna go back to the other server. And then right here you could remove favorite, unfavorite. Prior to joining, I'm going to talk about this a little bit. So if you want, remember when I was showing you the ascension, that type of information. If you had a character and you put, like, let's say 5 points of ascension, you've put five ascension points into your character and wanted to go to a different server for some reason, you can make sure you're on the character that you have played, click export, and it says Ascension data is ready to export to another server. So then I'll click back, and then let's say I wanted to go to this server, I'll click join, and then I'll import my data, and then as soon as you hit it, you'll have a notification saying, hey, your stuff is finished. And then I'm gonna go back to this one just to show you a little bit more in depth